In its 8th year, the Lansdowne Cup reached a turning point. What once felt intimate had earned the right to become something more. This year, the field was full, and the purpose even more so. For the first time, the event would expand its reach beyond the ropes, supporting 2 causes rooted close to home. Through the local chapter of Folds of Honor, the impact stays here, honoring families of fallen and disabled service members, and alongside it, Leashes of Valor, providing service dogs to post-9/11 veterans.
They're actually out here today, so we just like coincidentally were able to run into the founder of the company, and he had his service dog here with him here. It's like a 2 or 3 year old golden retriever, and we almost got nothing done the rest of the day because we were just going to hang out with Maverick the rest of the day.
He is my service dog, but he's also our ambassador, so he goes with me everywhere to do this. That's awesome. Right, we're doing it. Pleasure.
I'm
Jason.
Annie.
Annie, pleasure.
Nice to meet
Justin,
you.
nice to meet you.
Jason. Jason,
John, I
pleasure.
gotta meet Maverick.
Gotta be Maverick.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers my name. They remember him. It's totally okay. I get it.
How
But
old?
he's 2.5. So Maverick was rescued when he was 16 weeks old from a hoarding situation. Sheriff's Department called us. We came in and actually rescued 6 of them, 5 of his sisters, and him plus 3 of them have actually made it all the way through our program and became service dogs for a veteran. So
That's awesome.
it's really cool.
We're looking forward to hosting you guys out here for.
We're excited.
for later.
Traffic was worth it, wasn't it, buddy?
And I think
Awesome, guys.
Get a
Look,
win today.
we're gonna try.
Pleasure to meet you.
We're such
Thank you
mighty
so
need
much.
you. Appreciate it, guys.
Pleasure.
Thanks, guys.
Pleasure to meet you.
No, you can't keep him. I'm sorry.
Mav's like, no.
Great ambassador.
2 missions, 1 community, and a reminder that when this game grows, its greatest measure isn't the score, it's the lives it touches.
Where the idea actually came from was last year's Lansdowne Cup. That idea sat with us for probably 6-8 months before we said, we really should do that. And when it came time to find who were we gonna try to help support, Folds was a natural fit. We had history with Folds of Honor, and I think it was naturally a fit from a military aspect, supporting the military foundations.
Folds of Honor provides scholarships for the families of wounded and killed soldiers and first responders. It's pretty amazing what they've done to be able to put this event together, and how they've actually spotlighted certainly us and Leashes of Valor. And it's really amazing that they're really committed to doing this. More importantly, the kids. This is about the kids, and watching their commitment to doing this and them raising money for the foundation just warms my heart.
And then, honestly, when we started talking about how do we make this event great, that was when we had thought about making a documentary. The idea had been kicked around, but then through talking with you, that's how we found out about Leashes of Valor. And we're all dog people, and watching their video and thinking about what they do, and obviously having huge admiration for it. But I think on some level, every dog is a service dog. I know what my dog does for me on a daily basis. Every time I walk in the house, I feel like I'm the Beatles at Shea Stadium, like the king is home, right? And that's every dog, and those dogs that they're training are doing that at such a high level.
We provide service dogs at no cost to wounded and disabled veterans, usually who have PTSD, traumatic brain injury, or other what we call unseen wounds of their military service. We are just so incredibly grateful for this. I mean, this is such a huge fundraiser for us. I mean, what they're doing today is going to be able to provide, at least 1, maybe 2 of these dogs to a veteran. So they are essentially saving a veteran's life. We couldn't be more grateful.
I've actually really enjoyed having the very local tie-in. And then again, especially at the time that we found them, they're the local charity to us. And Folds while it's very national, then we come to find that we have a local Folds chapter, which made it just a complete home run. Knowing that every dollar that we raised is staying in this area, is benefiting the people locally, I think has been really the most gratifying part.
Like tonight, we're going to be having as many of the juniors that can come. We invited all the participants at 5 o'clock. into Piedmont, and we're going to basically go through and talk about, that we are making Lansdowne Cup into a charitable, supporting 2 charitable causes, but we're also having the juniors raise funds on our behalf. So each of them, we kind of talked about that before you left, that each of them are going to be kind of tasked with their own fundraising amount. We're trying to get each of the kids to donate or raise funds at least $500.
The donation window is going to stay open past the event.
Awesome.
Right, so it's not closing at the event. That's an important detail.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to shut it off at the event when
Right.
there's going to be follow-up to this event, and so we extended it past the event.
$500 doesn't sound like much, but multiplied across 92 players, it becomes momentum. The support was ready. Now, only time stood in the way.
Here's how this goes if we don't think this through. How it goes is we all tee off at 12:30, and we're out there grinding in our match, just trying to win our match. And then at 3 o'clock, this one panics over here because something didn't stay on schedule, and she doesn't know what to do. But then she won't bother us because she'll be afraid, well, they're playing, I don't want to bother them. And then we'll be in a situation where there needs to be somebody who's familiar with the event.
Yeah, and not to jump around too much, but we need to try to look back at the deadline that Joseph sent for when we need to get that info to him to go on the signs, to go on the leaderboard, because there was a deadline. Brian and I invest a lot of time, but a lot of emotional time on the details. I think that we really care about not just doing something to check the box, but doing something to do it really well.
The whole idea here is to get this thing really presented so that when we get on site tomorrow, this thing looks like a big professional tournament. This would probably fall into the category of breaking rule number 1 and no new projects, but where are you at with the player profiles? And then finding a way to have the stories told from the past players, even if it's one Zoom call where they're all on it and you just record it and you snippet their content and you play some of their content during the event. It's a lot to try to get done in 2 weeks though. That's the challenge. So that would be the player profiles. I think it would be some content from past players. Controlled chaos.
The tent structure and the hospitality area down on the driving range area, and then all of the build out on Shark Bite's really awesome. So I think the guys have done a great job with elevating it. I think a lot of the sponsors that have come in have been, somewhat local for us, but it's also been instrumental, I think, for building community. Not for nothing, Rizzo needs to be honored in some capacity. Yeah. I don't know what you get a guy who has everything and doesn't want anything other than a genuine thanks, but the event isn't what it is today if he's not consistently sponsoring the event. Right. Back when the budget for this event, when we had 20 and 30 kids and we had no money invested into this, he was the one not only like helping make it happen with getting people to sign up, but he's paying $5,000 and $6,000 for the banquet, right, and then buying all the kids pullovers. Yeah. I'm literally just finding a moment where you say, we give it a name, we give it an award, because right after him is going to become right, who's been for years. So, but he gets acknowledged and saying, hey, thanks for buying dinner, and he's like, yeah, like that, but it should be something a little more formal. So what we get him, I have no idea.
Giving him, presenting him, asking him to come up and be acknowledged at the banquet.
Yeah, I like that.
That tied in with, a good video from Hannah and Maddie.
Oh yeah. He's
the waterworks would come down.
My dad definitely did the most that he could for us, after everything that we went through as a family, and the way that he was able to hold his ground and continue to provide for us and be there for us and get us this far in golf, Like, I will always be appreciative of it, even though I'm his daughter and at times I won't be. But I will always be so thankful for everything that he did for my sister and I and all the opportunities he gave us.
At its core, the Lansdowne Cup has never been transactional. It's built on genuine investment, knowing people beyond the program and being present through the moments that matter.
Just seeing the staff up here, Brian, John Lynn, Justin, how amazing they are with the kids and how patient they are, and just kind of building that interest in golf and that trust and everything. It's amazing to see. And even though my kids aren't in this event, I said, you know, whatever you need that I could help with, I'm willing to do, and I'll support it as long as I can, regardless if my kids are in it. It's amazing what they do for these kids.
So BEOs, we got to get tents ordered. I have to talk to Dan about that.
Coolers.
Tents, coolers. The windscreens is still a thing that has to be done, right? So that can go on that list over there. We kind of know where Sunbelt and the tent company's at. We have those quotes.
You want me to put it as a follow-up?
Yeah, I would just say pay them. Most vendors like getting paid.
What about that media wall?
Yeah, that's all part of the, I would say, the small event signage.
We do owe operations a fair email with what we specifically need from the operational team with enough advanced notice.
Which we can't really do until we understand the number of volunteers and where things are needed, right?
Correct.
So we need, the volunteer document dictates the operational document.
With the vision set, the work continues, details refined, plans sharpened. But now, the focus shifts from building the event to building the teams. As captains begin the draft, each decision brings the Lansdowne Cup into clearer focus.
Field is really good this year. There are a lot of good players. I'm sure you've thought about this from 10 ways from Sunday.
Why do you say that?
Well, back-to-back cups, it's a lot of pressure.
We've put some thought into it.
Yeah.
There's obviously a couple other balls in the air these days.
I always have these things in every draft where I go down a road and I'm not ever sure if it's going to pay off.
Clayton Lobb taking the buddy system. Yeah?
I just feel like I was really unsure whether or not I should take Ethan first or Clayton first.
Take them both.
Now I just got them both. So, you know, we got the buddy system.
I mean, well, we know where this is going to go.
You're just taking the buddy system.
This is perfectly offset.
We're going to find out if Briar is superior than Loudoun County High School. Here's the players I would want. I want to end up with him.
Right.
I got to end up with,
Yeah.
otherwise he probably offsets him. No idea, and then we still don't know what is the truth there.
Did you not take?
He's better.
Of that.
All right.
Off, right? Camilla off the board. Got to imagine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He will, at the very minimum, he's like our Shane Gillis. He'll be able to have like a stand-up routine in our team meetings.
You know, I'm really a winner at heart. I'm always going for the dub. You know, we've fallen short some years, but you know, I'm always coming out here and chasing a W by any means necessary. You know what I mean?
But I do feel pretty darn strong about the top half of the team, and I feel like even going into like the 6 through 12 pick, I'm going to be able to have a lot of interesting pairings. And you went with exactly the opposite of what you said you were going to avoid. You went like solely buddy system.
So a decent part of my strategy was to just try to take as many people
That
that you had that won last year.
Yeah.
It may have seemed like there was loyalties there. Excited about Lansdowne Cup rookie Nathan Morgan in the 13 spot. I think he pairs up great with everybody. He also is a great pace of play guy.
He'll be done in an hour and a half.
Between him and Jack Kremens, you might have the fastest golfers on the course.
They play like the soup is on the stove at home. So before we do the shark bite division, I think it's a natural stopping point for us to go meet with Mark, figure out the sign placement, and just make sure he's good with at least the general idea of what we're trying to do out on the golf course, rather than us go start pounding stakes in the ground below an irrigation line and have him very upset with us.
And so from a signage perspective, we want to avoid, like, if it was in the middle here, just for, not that it will be, Brian, but like anything here is fine. It's just as we get closer to the mow line here,
Yes.
and closer to the mats.
But as you can kind of see, like, this is the natural amphitheater. Balls really never make their ways back this far. So it gives us the opportunity to create like a pretty cool feel here. Like, we have the same objective. I think the best thing at this moment would be to get the stakes here and let Mark see them, and probably then figure out what we can and can't do.
Exercise is good. It's unlikely that we're going to be able to have a car there, just because I think the sign size will be too big that you wouldn't.
I don't think it'll work.
I was gonna say, regardless if it's in here or there, the sign's gonna crowd it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a cool idea, but we don't have the right materials or time to make it happen.
No, if it was sitting on a platform, it'd look awesome, but platforms are too expensive.
Sure.
Once we have the stakes, then it's like, if you're just pounding them in the ground, you can go pretty quick.
Yeah, the frames take a little bit to put together, but once you know how to do it, it becomes a lot easier.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in hand.
They're here.
Oh.
Nice.
Well, that's exciting.
Hey, there's something here.
No.
All right, that's a good mood booster.
So I figured I'd bring them in.
Okay, so 9-hole division, where it all started, the original draft here. 44 kids in this division, which is awesome. First round alternate shot, playing as partners. Second round, playing 4-ball as partners as well. So this is going to be the group that's maybe a little bit more volatile in terms of what version of this you're going to get out of them, but this is the division where most of these events are won and lost. So draft well. Happy drafting.
This division is so hard. The 18-hole division will always be easier than this division.
Well,
the Lansdowne Cup is won and lost in the 9-hole division.
100%. Do you ever feel like you're also drafting parents too?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good.
Actually.
Or better or worse?
I felt that recently. I can go one of two ways here. There.
Why don't you go there last?
Horrendous putting. Fantastic ball striking. Probably most solid all around. From the tee's gonna be fine. Gonna show up, spikes on, on time, ready to go. Yep. Probably won't complain about anything.
No.
Why don't we go ahead and just fully ruin some friendships while we're here? Right? Families is one thing, splitting up brothers and sisters and siblings. Why don't we stick true to our roots and ruin some friendships?
I want a good pairing for Ethan first.
Okay, yeah.
I want a good pairing for Ethan first.
Yeah.
You know who
Ethan
it is.
first deserves a good pairing.
You know
and
who
it's
it
Pierce
is.
Burns.
Sure is.
It's Pierce Burns. Pierce Burns and Ethan tear it up.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
How's Pierce's game right now?
Pierce is the same Pierce.
That he's always been?
That's the same Pierce.
Depends. Are there Skittles involved or no?
He is always motivated by candy.
Yeah.
I can make sure that happens.
You lose 3 cups in a row. I mean, it's hard to come back from that. That's the type of stuff that gets you kicked out of Lansdowne. Just can't have it. It's not personal. We just drafted the best players available.
Oh, what are you trying to say?
There we are. Teams are officially drafted.
That's at least the first draft. We got class, we have lesson, and then we have a little parent meeting, so we should probably get to that.
Yep, now we got to shift gears out of our competitive brain and go back and turn that competitiveness into rallying the troops, no pun intended, to go and raise money for our troops. So
I love it. Let's go do it.
awesome.
Yeah, our team is so much better.
Stacked.
Stacked.
I beg to differ.
It's gonna be good. Be good.
Weeks of preparation give way to the final details. On the eve of the Lansdowne Cup, attention turns to the course itself. Working alongside the agronomy team, fine-tuning the setup, and putting the finishing touches in place.
Good morning, everybody. We're in the last 24 hours for preparation for the Lansdowne Cup. So a lot going on. We've got a lot of things out on the golf course already. I'm sure you guys have noticed, so just make sure that you're staying out of the way of those things. What we have going on the course today is some rolling greens, triplexing, walk mowing collars, setup and raking bunkers.
We're talking about the turn times from the 18-hole division from round 1 to round 2, accommodating our anticipated frost delay.
I can run out there and do it as soon as possible. I just need to find a couple of bins to put those tee markers in. That's one. Easy. All of our tee markers are like that big, but they all have stakes, so they're so hard to like put anywhere. I think one cooler will be good. And these will be perfect. I know. And no one comes back for it.
Yeah, right?
It's impressive.
No, literally.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so I think between this, these two, and potentially maybe needing that, I think we'll be okay. So. Yeah, these tee markers look sweet. Should be relatively easy, simple. So this is my 3rd year, and this is definitely the biggest we've ever done it. Super excited for how it turns out. Never had this kind of course signage or scoreboards.
You know, it's obviously a thanks to our sponsors and want to do right by them by not just putting, you know, I think that's probably more of a Brian and I thing of not just doing a
thank you at the end.
A thank you at the end, or even just the other typical signage that goes on the wireframes. So we went with some bigger signs, and I think our sponsors would really appreciate being held in a better light versus a tea gift. And you know, whether or not that's true is more of, we think it's going to look better and present better for an event that we feel is very special. So we've never done signage like this. It's certainly a first for us, alongside of many other firsts for this event. Our sign frames didn't necessarily come perfectly in the right order. The bottom rail has to be above the top part of this height. So this has to get hammered down very low, and when we originally ordered it, the bottom rail was down here, so no matter how far you hammered this stake down, you would never be able to get the cross rail in properly. So we had them resend us the proper posts and rails, but when they sent us the next order, they got the post right, but they shortened the rail width, so then the signs were too big to fit in there. So we mix and match the two orders, and they had shortened the dimension even on the good posts of where the top part of the sign is. So we had to get Mike Flynn from Allegra Printing to come out and actually chop off an inch off the top and an inch off the bottom just to get the signs to fit. So it's been a daunting task with our signage, but with the way this morning is going, it's actually, you know, cautiously optimistic that we'll be able to get this done.
The details are demanding. The purpose is not. The support behind this event makes all the difference.
Our sponsors mean a lot to us. You know, all the signs that are up here are, you know, certainly companies, but for the majority of them, we have personal relationships. Looking at the DC Prime logo, and, you know, we have a really good relationship with Taylor and Rick and everybody else at the DC Prime restaurant, and it's a lot of really good memories. We've celebrated a lot of things there, happy birthdays, congratulations for different things. So while they're just a sponsor, it's a lot more than that. With, you know, Aon is Al Hartman, and Brian's been teaching Al Hartman for a lot of years. OD&B is Kevin Albrigo, and we've watched their three boys grow up, and I teach Molly, and I used to race Kevin down the hill and member guest. So there's a lot of memories for each of the sponsors, and they're not just sponsors with their signs. It's a lot more than that. So each one of the sponsors means quite a bit to us.
Did Kevin ever beat you?
No.
All the sponsors have been really, really good. The charities have helped us out a lot, and really the main special thing is how many juniors are helping get all of these donations for us. You know, we wanted to put it in the juniors' hands and try to have them really come together and get a bunch of money, and I think either today or yesterday, I think we hit our goal, our first milestone of 50,000 raised. We still, by the end of December, want to try to raise like 100,000 for the charities. So we still want them to keep chugging along, but they raise that money pretty quick. It's really impressive how much they have been helping us out. The charity component, I think, is the biggest part of Lansdowne Cup this year. You know, obviously we're adding signs and scoreboard and everything, but I think the charity component is just really, really cool. It's probably the best thing about this year.
Overall, today is really trying to piece it all together. I would say that this actually is very on brand for what the Lansdowne Cup typically tends to be, where John Lynn and myself are here at 5 a.m. and always scrambling, trying to get things in order. No matter how small the event has been or how big the event has been, it seems like we're always kind of in this position where, hey, we forget to eat. Oh wait, Topgolf is in 20 minutes. We got to get over to Topgolf. The thing is, they can't be set at this moment just because they go under tents, and the tents are being set up right now. This is like the most recent version. We've had a couple different visions for this. Some vendors and merchants and things like that have changed as far as what was going in here. Where we settled on this is functionally we needed to, with the practice area down on the far side, and this being a junior golf event that covers everywhere, everything from you know, ages 6.5 up to 18, we needed to make sure that there was some protection against catching shanks. Not that we think it's highly likely, but it was a consideration, so we felt like we needed the backing of the tent to sort of face there so that at least had some protection in the event of a stray shot. And then the way that we kind of always saw this was sort of galleyed in a sense where you would walk in and it would funnel you into a direction, and then almost like a fair, if you will. There was stuff along the side, stuff along this side. And then our most recent development was shrink the sides of the tent, kind of create a patio area on the inside here as well, and then let that walk into a big 20 by 40 tent that would have rounds and some place for people to sit. So, call me crazy, it's the whole like measure twice, cut once idea.
It'd be on par for us to burst a pipe. No pun intended.
We're always just trying to capture the spirit of the event more than anything. I think we have a good slate of like history in terms of like, we have 7 years of doing this now, so we're sort of understanding what's the cool parts of the event, what are the vibes of the event. And Saturday was always the like really tense day, but in a fun way, in a competitive way, that especially on day one on the arrival, and then as we started to get better with our planning and weather would agree with us on these tournaments, Saturday kind of just ended without anything. It just felt like the Top Golf, and Saturday morning, there's all this buildup, and then when your tee time was over, it's like, okay, see you tomorrow. And some of those kids, they would be leaving at, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which isn't a bad thing because they need the rest. It is a long weekend. But we felt that when we added the sponsors and the charities involved, that this was an opportunity for us to, A, let the charities explain their mission and why they're doing what they do, and also for us as a way to kind of just really as a celebration of the event. The rail funnels people this way and around, and then there's just like enough of an area in front of the side of the tent to where you could put a high top table here. It's almost like a patio, for lack of a better term. We wanted to at least have this opportunity that even if you're not playing in the event, we've invited a lot of our past players, parents of players who've now graduated and have aged out of this event and missed the event. We've invited them to come to the happy hours, ultimately just celebrating the past, celebrating the present, and then honestly honoring the legacy of the future. This is a vision that we had coming from, as old as 2018, but most recently back in January at the PGA show in Orlando, where we ran into Joe and his team down at the PGA show, and we saw these ginormous leaderboards and thought that we had to have them, because why not? Who doesn't do this for Lansdowne Cup? But it's pretty cool to see it come together and then to see exactly how big it is. It'll be really interesting to see it turned on and super bright and all lit up. And then I think I'm gonna go wild when we watch the kids see their picture up there too. I think it's gonna be super cool. We couldn't take it across any of the bridges. So you don't realize how many bridges you drive over until you have to take a 20,000-pound vehicle and LED display over it. So there's no way to get it out here without going over a bridge. So LED panels don't swim very well. So we had to bring it through the Lansdowne neighborhood and knock on a couple doors and ask kindly for permission to traipse this thing down a pretty steep hill through their yard. Luckily, apparently John and I could be quite charming at times. So we got permission. So it came down through the neighborhood of Lansdowne and down through this cart path. So it is officially a community neighborhood event.
Even driving in with the signage out front, like it just...
Did it hit?
Oh, it hit for sure. Like it's a big deal to the kids to see this stuff like they're part of a bigger tournament than just a kids tournament. I mean, you've taken this from year one of 20 players maybe, and this year we're almost at 100.
Yeah.
And we have people traveling states to get here for this. Like, and it's not even advertised out. It's friends of friends are coming states.
Yeah, it's community.
I'm proud, very proud, and I think that, you know, like I said before, the sense of community I think is really, really important. To see such a sense of community and everybody kind of join together for this, and also to see, you know, just everybody at the club level too, from directors that are getting their hands dirty and, you know, driving stakes in the ground and putting tents up and getting everything set up. I really think it shows well to the membership and the value that they have.
It's a hectic day. I don't think we've sat down once. I haven't seen Johnlin more than maybe once in the morning and once in the afternoon. And, you know, I think somehow it'll all come together when we're at Topgolf, and we'll have the microphone in front of our hands and we'll be running through a script of what the Lansdowne Cup is, and super excited.
With the course prepared, attention turns to the players. At Topgolf, anticipation builds as uniforms are handed out, teams revealed, and pairings announced. For the players, the Lansdowne Cup begins to feel real.
So we are at Topgolf. We're just setting out the uniforms. We're getting ready for the player pairing party. And so everyone's gonna find out who they're playing against and their tee times. So it's super exciting. And then we also have Folds of Honor here to chat with us, Leashes of Valor. It's gonna be a great time. However, Troon is actually sponsoring today's opening ceremony, so we're back to Topgolf. Overall,
pretty busy. I'm kind of the one getting all the details put together, as you can see here, lining up all the uniforms, making sure everyone has everything they need. But I'm positive, faithful that it's going to go well.
This Lansdowne Cup is quite a bit different than the Lansdowne Cups in the past. So because of that, as you see, we're back at Topgolf, thanks to True Golf for sponsoring this night for us. As many of you are already caught on board, Lansdowne Cup is in its 8th year. This is the largest event that we've had. We are at, I think, 88 players in the field, but there's a couple extra add-ins. So this is substantially the biggest year that we've ever had in Lansdowne Cup. That also syncs up with probably, to me, the most important part of the 2025 Lansdowne Cup, and that is the aspect that we have now moved it to a fundraising event. For this year, 2 great charities. Number 1, Folds of Honor, and number 2, Leashes of Valor. I appreciate every one of you being here. As you know, we've gotten the fundraising kicking off. But I think just with handling a couple of the details of the nuts and bolts of what we're facing tomorrow from the actual event, I'm going to turn it over to John.
After round 2, what is a very big and new thing for us this year is that we are going to be having a happy hour. That happy hour is going to be from 4 to 7 p.m. We have a lot of good sponsorships. Bear Chase is one of our main sponsors for the event, as well as Mission Barbecue, who is going to be bringing their Bam Bam out to the event, and we'll be able to enjoy some Mission Barbecue for the evening.
Everything that you see tomorrow might have been an idea that John or I had, but it only looks the way that it does because Annie has designed it. Annie has made all of this stuff look really attractive and really pretty. Beyond that, she puts up with our nonsense on like a routine daily basis. So thank you, thank you, thank you. This is such a passionate project for us, for myself and Johnlyn. Seeing it grow from 20 people with all janky uniforms and into this, it's pretty cool. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody. Let's have a great weekend.
Hell yeah!
As the evening closed with anticipation, everything was in place, and just ahead, the Lansdowne Cup awaited its opening shot. As Saturday began, the response was unmistakable. Players, families, and supporters are fully invested, and the vision takes shape.
Probably the biggest turnout we've ever had. It was cool to see everybody come together, and especially getting a chance to actually introduce both charities to our families and to the community was great.
Any amount of money would help us put one more dog into one more hand of one more vet that is suffering from the wars of Iraq and Afghanistan. So thank you so much again for having us, and we look forward to seeing all of you this weekend.
And we are the second largest chapter in the nation of qualified. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here.
I think it went well. I think it definitely accomplishes the goal of bringing people together, getting it hyped. The donation ticker has gone pretty steadily up since last night, so everyone's pumped. Everyone's nervous, us included. I think the bigger it gets, the more you feel like you have to deliver. And while I'm confident we will, I think it will. There's just that energy, that buzz around it. I think picking up the uniforms, talking to the parents, it's cool to see a lot of the new faces. It's cool to see a lot of the faces maybe we haven't seen in a while. I'm looking forward to this afternoon when the play sort of winds down and we hopefully get to see some players and from the past, families from the past. I think it'll be awesome. Justin is out kind of just doing what he can, trying to just get things in order, getting snacks in order to go and be shuttled out onto the course. Johnlin right now is printing scorecards, making sure that the scorecards look the way we want. It's a little different scorecard look with match play and point per hole. So while he's doing that, I'm really just trying to master plan and organize the whole board just to make sure that everything is moving in the proper areas, making sure that when Annie gets here, Annie's able to help us get our silent auction together, our raffle items, really are just our tournament registration. As everyone's around, I just need you to make sure everyone knows about it and that you and Brian are handling it because you're the closest to it and he's the closest to you, so that I think that will get the message out.
The morning slows, conditions intervene, and the opening tee must wait.
It's the thickest frost we've had all season.
The second one of the season?
Second one of the season.
I bet it is.
Was the
So it's thicker than yesterday, got it.
But that he's not sure if the start time is going to work. So I guess contingency in my mind is I don't think we really need to overthink it. I think we, specifically because it's points per hole, I think we can probably just go with you start when you start, we turn when we turn, and you play as many holes as you can.
So our options are either you play until it's dark and you know, that's where we end when we suspend play, or we do that anyway. That is the course of action. It's just whether or not we try to restart people tomorrow.
Right now we're looking at a fog that's starting to come in and also a frost down on Norman. And with that, we're not able to do what we need to do here in the morning with setup on the course yet because of the frost. And if we drive on it or walk on it in any sort of fashion, then it will end up damaging the turf. And then what you will see from the damage is tracks and footprints and stuff of that nature. And it will, sometimes if the frost is heavy enough, it will end up killing the grass. The issues that it's causing this morning is that it's very thick for us. It's a lot thicker than what we had anticipated.
It's really cool to be here and know what it was. That's the hard part to explain. You know, we'll be able to showcase a lot of what's happened this year, but it's only living in people's heads of what it was in 2017 and what it was in the years after and how it's slowly trickled up and trickled up. But having everybody's support from our own internal team, which happens, but not all the time because everybody's, you know, very focused on what they're doing and everybody's project to them is the most important thing that's going on. But we've had everybody's support this year and we've had the community behind us and being able to see Folds and Leashes speak. But as far as Brian and I have invested a lot of emotional time on details.
They came to me, I'm guessing 2 months prior to today and said, can we basically blow it up and make it much bigger and turn it into a fundraiser? And, you know, I'm the director of operations for the golf department, so I'm just trying to figure out how to do this plus everything else that we do. Brian and Johnlin are super motivated. They're very intelligent guys, so I'm pretty sure they can pull it off. We're just trying to figure out how we're going to do it as a team and use the rest of the department to make this thing a success. As you can see from the setup and everything that we've got here, they've done a great job with it. Now we're just waiting to run the day, and hopefully this frost delay lifts quickly and we can get rolling with the rest of the tournament. The present situation is we have a frost delay, and I'm trying to figure out how to get everybody out on the golf course so we can get the whole day done when we have 2 rounds of golf to play with a compressed time, being the fact that we're in October with lack of sunlight as opposed to the summer. So I'm hoping we can get on the golf course as expected and not push the agronomy team to let us out there too early and damage any of the turf on the golf course.
The frost stuck around for a little bit longer than what we had anticipated, but as soon as that sun kind of got up in the sky, it started burning the frost off relatively fast. And once the temperature had reached about 35 to 36 degrees,
We were started to water the greens to knock that frost off. We just weren't able to accomplish the rolling aspect of today, but that's okay. Yeah, we got a lot of the bunkers raked. We got all the cups painted, and then we blew a good amount of leaves out of the area and away from play. My anxiety level is, I would say it's about a 5 or a 6 out of 10. I'm just a little anxious with the weather we're going to be given tomorrow and see how Mother Nature plays her cards.
The course is cleared. The moment arrives, and before the first shot, the day is properly marked.
There's a reason you were drafted. Closer. We're gonna get there. Once we get enough of those, feeling looser, then we go. Then we pick up the pace. Beauty. And now we're back, baby. And now we're back.
I like playing the Lansdowne Cup because it's a very unique tournament compared to any other you would play and experience. I get to play with all the people I grew up with. Do you have a good read?
Kinda. I think it's going left, then left.
You get cool merch, and you get to play on my home course that I've grown up on.
In that match, Hannah and Chloe faced Will and Andrew of Team Norman, with the points finishing 8-10. From there, Team Norman's Dean and Jackson took on Josh and Nathan of Team Jones, with Team Norman earning 7 points and Team Jones 11. Another competitive match saw Aaron and Anthony battle Jack and Jackson in a tightly contested match, finishing with Team Norman at 8.5 and Team Jones at 9.5. And rounding out this stretch, Team Norman's Charlie and Declan against Team Jones' Chris and Teddy, with the match decided 6-12 in favor of Team Jones.
Trust you completely, implicitly, right?
They're raising money for good causes, making it more than just the golf. And there's, of course, upgrades like the scoreboards. It makes me feel really special. I love this tournament, and I can't wait to come back next year.
Continuing the action in the mid- and 9-hole division was Sophie and Cameron against Landon and Michael of Team Jones, with the match finishing 6-3 in favor of Team Norman. Braden and Braxton represented Team Norman against Brooks and Pierce of Team Jones, earning 6 points to Jones's 3. Another competitive match featured Team Norman's Kaylee and Georgia against Team Jones's Eloise and Evan, ending 5.5 to 3.5. And Lily and Billy took on Kyler and DJ, with Team Jones earning the edge, 7-2.
Got to do it.
I haven't seen the day on hole 3, so I need to go see the Folds tent, see how the big giant screen actually looks in place. I might actually be missing almost all the golf there, but normally I would have been out many times by now. And with the frost delay, I think it ultimately just put me into tournament operator mode along with John Lynn, and we really haven't seen too many golf shots. Hey, buddy. Well, you're hitting walnuts. Can I get a high five? I haven't seen you forever. Miss Claire, how are we doing? Having some fun? I love that. And you.
Oh, I put her in a garbage can?
No, I'm actually pretty proud of her that she's out here supporting the younger kids. I don't know how you got out here. I don't need to know the story. Good on you that you're out here. Trust me, because this stuff means a lot. Great shot. Good recovery. How you hitting it? Yeah? How you rolling it? Okay, good work. How we playing? Okay, keep grinding.
On the Team Jones side, Asher and Nick faced Graham and Steele of Team Norman, with the points finishing 7-2 in favor of Jones. From there, Team Norman's Blake and Sean took on Andrew and Asher, with the match ending 3.5 to 5.5. And next, Andrew and Ethan represented Team Norman against Dominic and Chris of Team Jones, with the points decided 3-6.
It's hard to believe it's been 9 years. And then I look to the right and I see the same thing happen, and I see it, fathers and sons and moms out here. And it's cool to see it come together. I mean, it comes together every year. It becomes the most popular, talked about event. Man, the maintenance did an amazing job too. This green was covered in leaves yesterday. Those guys, they just do not get enough credit. Especially like how hard they were trying to push the frost off the greens. That's the thing too, that won't get talked about enough because no one sees it, but you know, them out here trying to water the greens to get the frost to go off of it. Man, that's cool.
Come on, dive. Good try, Soph. Oh, of course I did. Nice shot, dude. How you been?
Great.
It's changed a little bit, transformed a little bit. Nice to see you guys. It's a long weekend. Yeah. A lot of planning, a lot of, you know, but this is, you know, we're doing it for a good cause, 2 good causes, and getting to watch all the kids enjoy everything and be a part of it. Beauty, Soph.
As more 18-hole matches ended, we saw Team Norman's Lucas and Victoria earn 11 points to Johnny and Kathleen's 7 points for Team Jones. And in the next pairing, Josh and Braden represented Team Norman against Ethan and Sophie of Team Jones, with the match-ending level at 9 points for each team. And in the afternoon session, Lucas and Allie of Team Norman matched Hannah and Chris of Team Jones point for point as the match finished tied at 9-9.
I've been playing 3 years. It's been great. Each time's been unique with the weather and stuff, but you know, this year they've totally made it a lot better. So yeah, I love it.
The Lansdowne Cup is electric.
Lansdowne Cup's awesome. This is my first year, but I mean, it was great. The signs, all the sponsorships, the cars. I mean, it's like a PGA event out here.
Lansdowne Cup is awesome because you can play golf with all your friends, and it's a great time.
I think that the Lansdowne Cup is amazing because you get to play golf all day long, eat a ton of snacks, and play with your friends.
Yeah, we're going to play until it's dark. The lucky part is that it's points per hole, so if it's a 14-hole match, it's a 14-hole match, right? So like, we're going to try to have an even number. It's like this is what it does. Wave, 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 wave. So we really got a rough go from the frost delay being about 50 minutes longer than I think we were anticipating. And so now it's try to scramble as much as we can to get times caught back up. I think by all said and done, we're gonna have caught up about 40 of those 50 minutes. But this is the round with everyone playing their own ball. That can be a little suspect at times. And at the same time, we're also coordinating the happy hour and Mission Barbecue and figuring out Sunbelt light rentals. And at the same time, trying to be a good captain and coach to these kids. At least at the early standings, it looks like Team Jones is in the lead, so we're off to a good start. People have been over the moon. A lot different than year one.
I remember the banquet was in
The
Pub
clubhouse.
46, so it was really small
Yeah,
banquet.
it was in Pub 46.
And-
Yes, I remember
and
that.
The kids didn't have uniforms. Everybody, you know, did their own thing. And what with the team that won, it was the Jones team that won, right?
Yep.
So Jones and Dylan was on that first team, and Mr. Rizzo said, "Wouldn't it be cool if we got everybody quarter zips?"
Yeah.
So he bought quarter zips for all the kids that won, and I think that that's where the uniforms started. It was very cool.
No, it's been a lot of great conversation with Folds and Leashes. I think it was the perfect morning, despite the frost delay. I think it was the perfect morning of having them both out here. Naturally, who doesn't love seeing some of the service dogs brighten everybody's day? And then, you know, being able to have the national anthem sung. I haven't heard a negative comment about the morning and the delays and how it all worked out. The thing that's like most gratifying to us is the 9-hole first round came down to 2 points was the difference, which tells us we did our job. You know, I think when you walk around, you hear us hyping kids up and talking trash, but at the end of the day, we want every match to be a tie because then we know that we had fair matchups and we did our job as coaches and evaluating people and putting people in competitive environments. The 18-hole group was a little more volatile. I just think that probably drafted better than Johnlin is at the end of the day. You know, I had Annie's input and we had a strategy and we stuck to it. So, you know, sometimes you just make better moves in the draft, you know?
And Captain Brian's Team Jones side saw good play from Clayton and Justice, who delivered a strong showing against Jack and Landon of Team Norman, with the points finishing 14.5 to 3.5. And Team Jones continued to build momentum as Will and Austin faced Philip and Will of Team Norman, closing out the match at 13-5.
You guys are as the last group.
It's the reason we're here. It's the reason we're members at Lansdowne. Like, this is just an awesome event, and they make it really special for the kids.
All the kids walk away with golf being fun. They're here and they're running around, and they really care for each other and are rooting for each other. It's one of the best youth sports environments I've ever interacted with.
They will learn good sportsmanship. They learn all kinds of stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah.
This year's so extra.
Yeah.
It's awesome in the best way possible. It's in like the best way possible. It's fantastic. And
seeing the evolution of it becoming more than just, hey, 8 kids are going to go play and then they're going to follow their coaches around, to something that's meaningful and exciting. And now we've got great sponsorships and a great charity tie with both these great charities. It's a wonderful thing to be a part of, both as for our children to do it, but also as us as sponsors and parents. You have to support coaches like Brian and John who care that much about all the kids they work with. The worst thing you can do is be an indifferent parent to the coach. You want to support them and help them in developing your children away from you, and they're spectacular at it.
For me, particularly, just the thought of coming back, like, what's going to happen this year? Because the jerseys are always fun. This year with like the big light up scoreboards is really exciting. And it's just a really fun tournament overall.
Can I ask some Brian to Patrick Walsh questions?
Sure.
Ooh, all right. So, Patrick, is this your 5th Lansdowne Cup?
This is my 5th.
Your 5th?
Yes.
What's your strongest memory? What's the first memory you have of playing in the Lansdowne Cup?
First year I won, and that was on your team.
There's a theme there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
Brian and Jonlyn are, to me, some of the best people that I know. They're kind, they're caring, and they're overall the best golf coaches that I've ever had.
And Patrick put those lessons to action as he and Jake faced Liam and Kelly of Team Jones, with the match finishing 5-4. Team Norman kept things moving as Noah and Savannah took on Aileen and Joseph of Team Jones, ending the match 7-2. While another pairing saw Team Norman's Brandon and Carson against Team Jones' Jackson and Declan, with the points decided 6-3.
The event just means so much to all of us, and I see all the kids that are growing up the same age that I was, playing in the 9-hole division, the way that they love it the same way that I did. You know, it's like the environment, especially how it is this year with all the things that they added since the past years. It's always such an amazing environment to be in, and it's really fun competition. You get to be a part of a team, just like how it is for college, because it's such an individual sport, but you get to feel like the team aspect and just competing, knowing you're doing it for more than just yourself.
I'm really grateful that all of you are here, part of this journey with us, helping us try to accomplish this goal. Thank you all for your support in helping do this. Thank you all for being part of it.
Overall, I think today was a really big success. I heard from a lot of people, and I think that, our efforts were seen by all of our participants and the families and our members and the guests, and a lot of praise, a lot of thank yous. We definitely had our ups and downs throughout the day. Frost delay really took a big swing on things in this morning and how to navigate tee times, adjustments, and it was a lot of battles today. I think the whole team really stepped up, not just Brian and I. There was a lot of other people doing a lot of really helpful and important things today that don't necessarily get the same praise and thank yous that we got today.
The community and the village moment was definitely it was on display, I think, in this moment. Definitely a different Lansdowne Cup experience. It was still great to see John Lynn tossing the football around with the kids. We had breakout karaoke.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you never come around. Turn around.
But today is the tightest I've ever seen Lansdowne Cup after day one. Team Jones is ahead, but you know, there's so many points ahead left available that
810. Our 9-hole division, I think, was like a point apart in alternate shot.
A point apart, and I think in the
out of 11 pairings, we were a point apart with 1 point per hole.
In a hard-fought match, Mateo and Ben of Team Norman were edged by JT and Blake of Team Jones, finishing 5-4 in favor of Team Jones. Another close contest saw Connor and Clara battle Rohan and Rosie, with Team Jones narrowly edging it 5-4. Catherine and Clara pushed Austin and Mackenzie all the way, but Team Jones again edged a tight match, 5-4. And in one of the closest matches of the day, Harper and Quinton finished level with Rayansh and Liam as the match ended tied at 4.5 to 4.5.
Yeah, I think that's the part that people don't see, right? Like
There's a couple of comments, but that is the thing that's less seen is how hard we work to try to make the pairings even and have everybody have a very competitive match. And
our goal is to create ties.
Have it as competitive as possible and create ties.
Have it competitive, have people have a great day, and every match tied would be us doing our job as coaches.
Probably hit me sometime last night after Topgolf and watching Colonel Rooney's speech, I don't know, maybe 75 times in a row, and hearing Scott Frick speak and hearing Leashes speak, and just finally felt like, you know, we were doing it for something really, really good.
Tomorrow, though, we still got work to do.
Lots of work left. It's a good start, and even now everybody from the team is still helping clean up. This is the unseen hard part, is not just putting it together, it's breaking it all down and getting ready to do it all again in the morning.
Yeah.
From the first tee to the final gathering, Saturday unfolded with purpose. The course delivered. The community connected. And by nightfall, Team Jones held the edge, with plenty still to be decided on Sunday.
Seeing the fun that was Saturday night on the range, that's something we had never done before. Building off of previous Lansdowne Cups, hearing from parents that were blown away. We hear it every year, and so it's always hard to outdo. I don't know how the hell we outdo what we did this year, but seeing the investment from not only externally but internally, I think our agronomy team knocked it out of the park. They had every possible thing that could stand in our way, from frost and wind during the week, blowing the leaves all around the course and making the later fall come earlier. I mean, the courses looked amazing, and they were really handcuffed at what they could do out on the courses. Our club operations team, from the leadership aspect of helping us support this idea and this vision between Nick and Dan and Steven, just helping organize that operations team. For me, the kids, they make me feel young. I know, as cliche as that sounds, they're just fun, and this is the most fun you get to have with them.
I watched a lot of really happy kids and really happy families yesterday, and watching parents see the past player posts, watching kids taking pictures with themselves on the leaderboard. Those are all the touches and enhancements that we could make to the event.
Frost has once again slowed the start. But even in the wait, the spirit of the Lansdowne Cup is on full display. Families gather, conversations linger, and the meaning of this event carries the morning forward.
I don't think I ever envisioned all this with the tents and the sponsorships and now raising money for such a great cause. You know, when we first got out there, there's a lot of parents just hustling, trying to help out wherever we could and kind of pull things together, and Brian and John obviously leading, and they had a vision. It's just great to see them realize it.
8 years ago, it was truly bare bones, and to look at today or yesterday, this year's event, it's just mind-blowing.
It was always a success. Parents always loved it. Kids always loved it, and it just grew. Our ability to continue our teaching with Ops 36 just got more kids involved, so it just grew. More and more kids got involved. So every year, the Lansdowne Cup became bigger and bigger. I think Lansdowne Cup really helps bond the players together. I mean, think about it. You're playing alternate shots, then you're playing foursomes, you know, where you have to pair up and you both have to do well. So it gives you the opportunity to really, you know, be a team.
As you know, each year has progressed. More and more has been done. This is all from Brian and Jonlyn and the work that they've done to increase it. Adding in some corporate sponsorships and some charitable donations to collect money and for Folds of Honor. So I think it's amazing as people kind of seen what this means to the kids and what it means to some of the parents. They've realized this is a special event.
I mean, it's just incredible. It's such a testament truly to what Brian and Jonlyn's commitment to making more and more and more of an impact every single year. It's really incredible to see this with what they've done with collecting the videos and all the signage and getting everybody involved and the charitable aspect of it. I mean, it's grown from something that was just like a small group of 20, 30, 40 kids into this like massive endeavor that is going to have a lasting impact for years to come, because I can only see that it's going to get even bigger from here.
Hey, proud of you, man. Good playing.
You have Folds of Honor and Leashes of Valor, two great organizations that mean a lot to members that are here and also the community. It's easy to get everybody fired up to help raise money and do something even more than we've already done the 7 years prior.
The Lansdowne Cup is a weekend, a tournament we look forward to all year long.
Yeah.
Our kids are multi-sport athletes as well. We're missing lacrosse tournaments, we're missing football games, all that to do this. It's once a year, and Kevin and I as parents and our kids just cannot wait for this weekend every year.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
To this whole community, to Brian and Jonlyn in particular, just tremendous gratitude for helping raise my boys and for giving them such an incredible life and vision to look forward to in the future as they kind of go on and do other things. This has been a tremendously meaningful experience and life experience for them, and you're such a big part of that, and you always will be.
They mean a lot to me as mentors, but also as people, and also as, the main, I would say, foundation for, the golf game that I have today.
The juniors are everything. At the end of the day, this event is about them. We get to be their role models, and they all look up to us, all of them. And, I think there are a couple of juniors that I've asked in private lessons throughout the years of, who do you think's the best golfer? Like, who's your favorite player? Like, give me a tour player. And a lot of their answers were me. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. Definitely not true, but pretty cool that that's how they're viewing things.
The captain's match has long been the heartbeat of the Lansdowne Cup, born from a desire to teach humility, resilience, and the beauty of imperfection. This year, tradition takes a different shape. With one captain sidelined, the moment passes to the next generation. Proof that what began as a lesson has grown into a legacy.
Team Jones, represented by James Magnani and Brian Cox. Team Norman, represented by Justin Nolan and Jonlyn Triana. Good luck, man. This is the kind of the annual tradition, the inspiration of the whole event, what we call the captain's match. Back in the summer of 2017, we needed to figure out a way to get our juniors to understand that even great players go through ups and downs and have tough holes and hit bad shots. And we started to think about how could we get those juniors to really, like, if they would just watch us play golf, they would actually see just, how imperfect we really are. And the long story short is that idea kind of morphed into, well, if we made an important match happen, could we get everyone to at least just watch those? And it really was just 12 juniors at that time. And, that idea has morphed into this. We have always called the Lansdowne Cup Team Norman versus Team Jones. And I think for many years it was Team Brian versus Team Jonlyn. And this is really, I think in a way it's bittersweet that I can't play. But at the same time, the sweet part comes from knowing that this is now evolving into a legacy that hopefully will continue long after Brian and Jonlyn exist at Lansdowne. The first tee is always the experience that makes you want to throw up. But for the kids, it's life-changing for them. They look at this as a chance to be up close and personal, being mentored, being part of the conversation, carrying the bag. These are the moments that they're going to carry with them forever. We've got a big event planned for the banquet. I think, again, maybe in a serendipitous way, I'm able to actually completely focus on how the event goes rather than being the competitor, and all crescendoing towards what was going to be just an absolutely special night. I think everything is queued up to have some just amazing memories.
You had a moment last night where you and Jonlyn embraced at the end of the night. You FaceTimed with your mom today.
It's just a gratitude and it's a pride level. I think pride in seeing how many other people care about this as much as we do. Getting a chance to talk to my mom. Probably selfishly, my favorite moment of the event, I just missed my mom. I just missed my mom. I FaceTimed her, she called me. It's been a rough year. But I just walked her around, showed her what was going on, and had a good talk. I just wanted to show you this, the village. There's Hannah and Maddie from 6 years ago, 5 years ago, I don't know. They look like little kids, right?
The place looks good all the time, but it really looks 20 times better with all this stuff.
Yeah, it came together really well. I just wanted to make sure that you saw this. You asked me so much about it, and you supported us so much with it. So it's always great to just talk to Mom, but especially when you get a chance to talk to her when she's proud of you. Really important.
Through the front nine, the assistant sees the moment. Nothing shared. Young eyes follow closely, and the outcome remains uncertain.
then,
Lansdowne Cup is very, very unique, offering so many different ways of experiencing this wonderful game of golf in terms of competition, first of all, but also camaraderie, sportsmanship, as well as now playing for something bigger than themselves by raising money for two great organizations.
One final putt decides it. Team Norman prevails by the narrowest of margins. And with the match complete, the weekend turns towards celebration.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Love it, love it, love it.
We could not get to this moment without incredible amount of support. We are lucky to have some of our valuable team here. Please stand up and be recognized.
I'm super proud and grateful for the membership and again the community that we have here. The team did really, really good. The assistants in the back, you've got James, B. Cox, Tanner. They did an awesome job in this event. And even the back of the house guys, all the food and beverage team, Isaac and the cart guys now, they're right now grinding at the cart barn, washing all the carts that you guys made all dirty, and it's all good. It's all fun games. It's all part of it. And again, it's just a great event. So I would love to just do a cheers. If everybody could just raise their glasses, I want cheers to Brian and JT, the Academy team, J. Noel, Jericho, Andy. Cheers.
This year we've had an immense amount of sponsorship support. When we were putting this event together, we had a lot of ideas for things that needed to happen. The one thing that was very obvious is that we started to recall back and look at how did we get here. So we decided to start a new tradition. That new tradition is recognizing one very important person. There is, in my opinion, only one place for this to start. And I'm going to let John have his comments on it.
Anthony's a pretty special guy. The journey with his daughters helped me grow as a person, helped us grow our academy. He's been here from the start and supported us in every way, whether it's with his girls involved or Steele involved or none of them involved. And pretty much everything, he's always been there for support.
Hey Dad, we just wanted to take some time to say thank you and congratulations on receiving the Ambassador Award. We wanted to say thank you for giving us all the opportunities to play golf and help support the Lansdowne Cup the way that you have.
I can't talk. I'm just going to say thank you to everybody here.
Golf saved my relationship with my daughters because I knew it was something that I could do with daughters that I like this game, right? And it turned into where we're at right now. I have 2 daughters playing in college. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Jonlin. Thank you, Lansdowne, right? Thank you, Lansdowne Cup. Thank you, Op 36. The Lansdowne Cup is something so special because it with the kids that play, right? They learn patience. There's adversity. You learn about their fortitude. You learn about their character. Golf is about life, right? You have a good shot, you have a bad shot. You get knocked down, how do you respond? And what I love about what this club has done, and Brian and Jonlin and Lansdowne has done, they have created an environment for these kids, elementary, middle school, high school. It's phenomenal to watch what we saw today. 2 years ago, the bond with my daughters, which has been very, very, very f***ing cool. We are best friends, and we're best friends because of the game of golf. We're best friends because of Lansdowne Cup. So thank you, Brian and Jonlin, because they helped me raise 2 young daughters when I was a single dad, in the sense of, all right, their mom passing away. Dude, they were the big brothers that Hannah and Madison needed.
Ending the day, I came back in after our captain's match and turned back in and looked at the scores. At the end of the day, I believe, this is how I wrote it down. It's a very effective method. Team Norman had 517 points, and Team Jones came out with 596 points. So congratulations to Team Jones for winning the 2025.
Just the most perfect event. Fills my heart to see all of this come together, to see people so happy, to see people rallying together behind a common goal. Just really happy right now. Happy for the kids, happy for the assistants, happy for Jonlin that people recognize how amazing he is, happy for the whole team, Annie, just amazing.
That was a success. I don't think there is anybody that wasn't appreciative. I thought it was all very special. This is going to hold a really good spot in my heart of what we could accomplish. Just special.